everybody. Y'all go ahead and pull up in here, man. Pull up on me. Pull up on me. Man, I just woke up not too long ago. I was sleeping like a newborn baby. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Somebody put yes in the chat if y'all can hear me. Make sure everything working. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Mr. Darren. Appreciate that, Tish. Let's get to it, man. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. If this is your first time tuning into Tim's Tidbits, please allow me to say welcome. If it's not your first time tuning into Tim's Tidbits, I still want to say, hold on. There you go. I still want to say welcome. But give you a nice hearty, well, thank you for always tuning into Tim's Tidbits. And if you don't know who I am, by some slither of my imagination, my name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr., a.k.a. Aranya Grande, as it says on the shirt, as it says behind me. Not literally, because ain't nothing behind me. It's just, see, nothing's back there. Nothing behind me. But I don't even know where I was going with that. Anyway, this is the overnight price action review. Sound like I rolled out of bed. Yeah, I did roll. I rolled out the bed, went and relieved the old man bladder, brushed my teeth, came in here, set up the live stream, and turned on. So yeah, I'm fresh out the bed. The market gonna be open in 4 minutes. So if you're going to trade, please trade safe. If you're not going to trade, please take copious amounts of notes so you can go back and study what you saw today and apply it to your future trading endeavors. All right. Let me open up my trading view. Oh, while I'm waiting on trading view to open, let me see who in the chat, man. What's happening? What's up, Tish? What's going on, Tish? What's going on, E-Rock? Here to learn and share. Good morning to you. The birds are... Let's see if the bird's chirping. Hey, Siri, what's the temperature right now?
It's about 79 degrees outside.
The birds are chirping. It's 79 degrees outside right now. What's up, Mr. Darren? What's going on with you? What's up, Kim? What's going on, Kareem? What's going on, the Black Owl Davis? Hola, Valentine. Hola. Dora. Every time I say hola, I think about Dora. My daughters used to watch Dora the Explorer. By the time my sons came along, they didn't watch Dora. Dora was still around, but they looked at it every now and then. But like my daughters used to be on Dora. 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 Hey. I saw a little SMT divergence just by peeking at the charts. Did you see it? Did you see it? Did you see it? Boop. I know the charts were smaller, make it big. And we're gonna see if y'all can see it. Can y'all see it? 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 Somebody put in the chat what I mean when I said I see a SMT divergence. Can you see it? 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 Somebody put in the chat if you see it. Tell me what it is. 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 ESNQ. 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 Do you see it? Do you see it? Whoa, look at the YM. Look at the YM. What in the divergence is going on here? Let me see what E-Rock say. E-Rock says, ES took out the high and NQ has not yet. Someone said one went lower and the other went higher. No, they both went higher. They both went up. What do you mean? What do you mean? ES took out the high and NQ has not yet is the correct answer. Very good. Very good. I was looking at a little note that the thing had over there. It says something about can't, like down here in the corner it says can't post comments to some destinations, and then when you click it, it's showing that when I make a comment here, it won't go to Twitter. But like if they comment on Twitter, I can see it. Like if somebody comment on Twitter, I can see it. But when I comment, they can't see the comment unless they're here on YouTube. Can you see it? Come here. Hate when it does that. Okay. God dog it. Black Al Davis says, what is the difference? What is the definition of SMT divergence? SMT doesn't really have a finite name. It's something that Michael calls, sometimes he says smart money tool. Sometimes he says smart money technique. So the SMT doesn't have an official name, but it's something that smart money does. Well, it's something, I ain't gonna say what smart money does. It's something that shows when the smart money divergence shows when the smart money is not putting money the same in not doing, because when the divergence comes about, I'm trying to figure out a way to say it without confusing, right? The market is open, the market is open, the market. You're gonna trade, please trade, say, not take open there. Y'all know what to do, right? So divergence happens when you got correlated or inversely correlated assets, right? That's moving, right? And you got me scared to finish my coffee. But like, so when you're putting money in there like normal, right? Let's just say when you're putting money in there like normal, they're both going right. So if you're putting money in there like normal and you're coming up to a high, right? If you stop putting money in the other one, or you start going more short in the other one, right? One of them won't hit that high, right? One of them won't hit that high. And it's not saying that it won't ever hit that high, but when they don't hit the high at the relative same time, then that's a divergence, right? And if that aligns with you're anticipating price to reverse at this area, right? Or you're anticipating price to reverse at this fair value gap, You know what I'm saying? You're anticipating price to do something, right? It's mostly reverse. Then that divergence, right? That's what he calls a SMT divergence, because the smart money is tipping their hand in one of the assets that they plan on taking it the other direction, because it's starting to get weaker or it's starting to get stronger, right? Now, SMT divergence, if you get bullish SMT divergence, that don't mean just jump in and buy. If you get bearish SMT divergence at the high, that don't mean just jump in and buy. The SMT divergence, that's another tool that you say, hey, this may be a good anticipatory reactionary point. This may be a reversal for a small amount of time or a long amount of time. It's just one of those things that you can use. Another tool in the toolbox. Hey, Chris. Y'all hold on. AC still on like sub-zero. And my teenagers walk around with headphones on all day, so I'll be yelling through the house and nobody hears me. I don't even know if Junior's here. He might be going to practice. I don't know. Yeah, hold on. Let me see. I woke up. I didn't even check to see. Let me see if he here or he gone. Cause when he go, now he here. Oh, that says 8 hours ago. I said 8 hours ago. Let me go see if he in there. Chris, Junior went to practice? Huh? You just woke up? So he went. I guess he went to practice. Chris don't know. Yeah, hold on. While Father of the Year try to figure out where his son is, and then his phone not updating. His phone not updating. This boy. Yeah. He gotta be at practice. Today, Wednesday, he had practice. Gotta be at practice. I keep telling that boy, keep his phone on. All right, I'm back, y'all. Keep telling my teenager to keep his phone on. What was that alert? What was that alert? Oh, when I tell y'all, sometimes I tap into the fast track Discord. Hey, the CEO be in there going back and forth with traders. I be like, these dudes, man, I feel them, cause I'm mad petty like that too. He be in there, they be going back and forth. Man, let me get back to what I was doing, man. What's up, Lump? What's up, J Matic? What's going on, J Matic? Let's get to it, man. I'm all over the place. The market done opened up, and I ain't even did nothing yet. All right, man. A lot going on overnight. Today Wednesday, right? Yes, Wednesday. Yeah, man, we got lots of goings on overnight. And when I had woke up at like 3:45, and I was watching the market, and it wasn't really giving me anything. Right, it wasn't really giving me anything. You see how we was just creeping up right here. It like we was just creeping, right? And then I stopped watching it. It was like 4 something, and I just stopped watching it, right? We were just creeping. I'm like, man, it ain't giving me nothing, because I remember I was watching this fair value gap right there, right? Because I was like, I didn't want to try to get long, because it wasn't really giving me anything to get long off of, right? And we were getting close to the equilibrium, right? We don't get to the overnight price action. We were getting close to the equilibrium, right? I feel like stuff like this is more helpful than just talk about price sometimes. So see, like right here, it was around 3 something when I got up, right? Because we was right over here, right? And we were pushing up, right? And we went above this high, okay? But we was like right at equilibrium, like right here. See how we poked up above that high right there? When I got up, it was like somewhere around here, right? We were somewhere around here, and I'm just watching price, and it's just inching up, right? So we poke above that high right there, right? We got above that high right there and rejected off of it, right? And so I'm like, got to be more careful, right? Yeah, I think is what I'm going to talk about instead of looking at the price right now. We'll look at the price in a minute, right? So right here, we poke above this high right here, right? We poke above that high right there, and we reject it. I'm like, got to be more careful, right? And when we rejected that high, I'm like, I don't like that, right? I don't like how we rejected that high, right? Can anybody tell me why? Do anybody think they know why I didn't like when we rejected that high right there? Right? Do anybody think they know why I don't like when price rejected that high like that? Right? Looking at what price has done, let's take this off right here. All right. So this is exactly how my chart look outside of that green line right there. Right. And I was watching this SIBI right here. Right. I'm watching that SIBI right there. And I want to get an opportunity to get long into that SIBI right there. Right. I want an opportunity to get long into that SIBI right there. Okay. Now, can anyone take a guess at why I didn't like it when we rejected that high right there? Any takers? Any takers? Any takers? put the link in the chat if someone wants to pull up and speak. And then I'm also in the Discord if someone wants to pull up and speak, because I know typing takes a long time when you're trying to get a thought out. Were you thinking that it might try to take out the lows when it rejected? It was not a strong structure shift. Both. Very good. The main thing is, right, it wasn't a strong taking of the high. We're inside the London, right? It's 345. The London is trading, right? If price wants to take out this, go to this fair value gap, right? Why is it rejecting here? All right, because when we came into or after midnight, right here at 1, right, we drop down, right, and we take out all of this sell side here, but we leave the daily low, right, and then we reverse, and as we're coming back up, right, we pause at the SIBI, right, we pause at the SIBI, pause here at the little bearish breaker right here, right, we pause there, right, and we wick it, right, and then we wick it. So we're not pushing strongly above these highs. We're just inching up, right? So when we wick off that, right, I'm like, okay, I don't like that because it's acting uber weak, right? I got a sneaky suspicion that it wants to get up there to that, but since it's acting so weak, you know what I'm saying? We may just hit that and slide, right? So that's why I didn't like that, right? Because since it was, you know, leaving the daily low, and the NQ at the time was up here, right? I'm like, okay, the NQ is up in the premium of yesterday's move. The ES is still in the discount of yesterday's move. So that's why I was looking for an opportunity to get long on the ES, because the NQ was up here already, right? The NQ was up here already. And then that's another thing. See what I'm saying? Like the NQ had been up there way before that, and the NQ has not taken the high. The ES has come from the discount and went all the way up and took the daily high already. Right? The ES has shot up and taken the daily high. So the ES was the sixth sister, and the sixth sister has surpassed the other sister and taken out the daily high already. Right? So this is a case where if you're anticipating a reversal here, right? So now you would be looking for, hey, do we shoot up and come down and break that low? Do we get us a shoot, right? Do we get us a here? Since the NQ is weaker, right? And then if you get that on even there, look at it, look at it now. Still doing different things. Oh, that's hourly charts. I'm sorry. Right? Still doing different things. Right? See that there? Straight, wick, down, wick. Right? So now the NQ just took that high. Right? So NQ just took that high. Right? So now Do we get the zoop, 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 right? Or do we get something on the NQ? Or do we just keep ripping? All right. You just let price tell you what it wants to do. But that's just how you use the divergence. All right. You just use the divergence to aid in your thesis. Aid in your thesis and wait for clues. Wait for context clues, right? Wait to see if we form a bearish order block, right? And then if we form a bearish order block, do we invert fair value gaps, right? Do we invert fair value gaps? And if we invert fair value gaps, do we break market structure? Then we break market structure. Are we creating fair value gaps in the other direction? If we're creating fair value gaps in the other direction, now are we respecting those fair value gaps? Right? Is price starting to break down? Right? That you just blocks on blocks on blocks on blocks, stacks on stacks on stacks on stacks. And yeah. Now, and then so I didn't want to participate in this. We were in discount, so I was looking for the other thing about what I didn't like about that. We're in the discount of the daily move. The NQ is in the premium of the daily move. So I'm looking for a reason to buy the ES. This 15-minute rejection right here, that made me say, wait a minute, I don't like this, right? Because we have the Asian high right here. Okay, we got the Asian high right there. All right, we got the Asian high right there. And we have the Asian low right there. So Asian high here, Asian low here. Okay. All right. We came down, took the Asian low, and immediately reversed and got back above it. Right. That's bullish. And we're in the discount of the daily move. Right. But then we start pitter-patting up. Right. And we got to this high. Right. We got to this high and we rejected it. Right. Since we're in the discount of the daily move, right, I'm not interested in taking a short from the premium of this range right here, right? I'm not interested. We're in the premium of this price leg. I'm not interested in this short right here because this is the premium of this leg, because the NQ is up here, already made it to the premium of the daily move. We have a 15-minute SIBI up here that we haven't drawn up into, and we're still, right, we're here respecting a 4-hour PD array. We're bouncing off of a 4-hour PD array. So I'm not interested in trying to go short, right, off of this premium move here. That's why I didn't like that rejection. I want to see something push through strong through that right there. And if it pushed through strong on that right there, then I would have dropped to a lower time frame to look for maybe an entry on the 1 minute there. But I didn't get that strong push through that high right here off of that high right there. Right. That's the full reason why I didn't like that rejection, outside of the fact that it wasn't a strong push. And what was the other one? It won a strong push, and thinking that it would yeah, thinking that it might try to take out the lows, right? Now, okay, get this other stuff. Okay, so then I can't remember. I stopped watching it somewhere around. I think here might have been here when we came up here. Oh yeah, because we got to the Asian high and we wicked off of the Asian high, and I said, man, forget it. I ain't with it. I don't want to mess with this. It's too much divergence, right? And the reason was because the YM was doing this, right? This is the YM during that time right here, right? The YM is doing this, and the NQ was doing this, right? The NQ was doing this. The YM, the NQ up in the premium, pushing up. The ES in the discount, trying to push up, and the YM is just consolidating. It didn't move like the whole night. It's just like consolidating. I'm like, look, it's too much divergence. I'm not getting favorable price action. I'm sleepy. I'm not going to try to force a trade. If it runs off without me, it runs off without me. And with the benefit of hindsight, we see that it ran off without me. Now, let's talk about the what's up, Sage? Appreciate that. 10 o'clock news. Appreciate that. What we got today? I know tomorrow is CPI. What do we have today? Oh, inventories. Yeah, okay, but that Powell talking at 10. Final wholesale inventories. It ain't no red folder news. Whenever Powell get on the mic, they make it a red folder. So Powell talking at 10. He talked yesterday at 10. So they're just talking. He's talking like testifying, talking, whatever they doing, you know what I'm saying? Like talking to Congress or whoever they be talking to. So it's not really any news, but Powell gonna be talking, that's gonna be speaking at 10. He's gonna be testifying at 10. And we've done a lot overnight. And then tomorrow is CPI. So I might just chill today. I ain't gonna hold you. I might just chill today, depending on what price start doing, but I might just chill. Depending on what price does, if it entices me. Because like I say, we got tomorrow's CPI. And we did a lot overnight, right? From peak to trough overnight. This is the lowest that we went right here. And this is the highest that we went, right? 15 3/4 points, right? From peak to trough on the ES, right? We covered pretty much yesterday's full range. Like this is yesterday's range here, right? The black line to the black line, that's yesterday's range, right? And we did all of that, pretty much close to all of that, right? Last night, right? Came all the way from the low, right? All the way below all the bodies. Because if you look right here at the lowest body right there, we went from body to body, went from the lowest body past the highest body overnight, right? Whoops. Right. So we pretty much covered yesterday's total range overnight, right? Because this is the highest body from yesterday, and this is the lowest body from yesterday, right? And you go, that lines up with this body, and it lines up with that body. So that's yesterday's total range when it comes to body wise. You know what I'm saying? And right now, what I will be looking for is this BISI needs to create a BISI. this is what I would be looking for. Get out of here, 15 minute. All right. So now that we've moved that out the way, price did this overnight. Voila. Okay. Overnight price action review done. This BISI needs to create a BISI. All right. This BISI needs to create a BISI. Why is that? Because we've offered sell side delivery and we've offered buy side delivery. Right? We already see that we went body to body, body to body. We went body to body. Right? We went body to body. Right? Let me turn my fancy dancing on. Right? We went body to body here. Right? So we've offered sell side delivery. We've offered buy side delivery. Right? So now we've left that area. Right? And then we came here and we traded back down into this imbalance here. Right? This BISI needs to create a BISI, right? To show that price wants to keep going up in an aggressive way, right? If this BISI doesn't create a BISI, that's showing weakness, right? So then if this BISI doesn't create a BISI, talk about on 15-minute time frames, everything is based on time frame that you're watching, right? Then you would want to see if, just right here, for example, if this up close candle, right, if it wants to use this up close candle as a bearish order block, what would that look like? If, right, we push down past this candle here and start creating SIBIs there, right? And if we invert this fair value gap, then you would look for, you know, this up close candle here, or these, if it creates more, does it want to use that as a bearish order block to come down, right? But it starts with this BISI needs to create a BISI, right? And right now, right, it hasn't done it with this candle, right? So now you have to wait for this candle to close and see if this candle closes above that candle's high. This, let me spread this out some so y'all can see. Right. This candle right here, it did not close above this candle's high. So the 945 candle did not close above the 930 candle's high. So there's no possibility to create a BISI right now, right? So we traded off of the 730 BISI, right? The 930 candle did not close above the 915 high. No possibility of creating a BISI off of that. The 945 candle did not close above the 930 candles high. No possibility of creating a BISI off of that. Now, watching the 10 o'clock candle, right? See if the 10 o'clock candle closes above the 945 candle high, right? If the 10 o'clock candle closes above the 945 candles high, then we'll be watching the 1015 candle to see if it trades back down into the 945 candles high, right? If it does not, then there's a BISI. If it does, then we're still waiting to see if this 15-minute fair value gaps create more BISIs, or if price starts to break down, right? If price starts to break down, and then if it starts to break down, right? Just say we go up, 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 never create a BISI. Then price start breaking down. Then we're looking to see if one, we take out that low, giving us a break in market structure, giving us a bearish breaker, right? Giving us a possible order block, right? Then if we got imbalances over here, right? We'll be looking for it to support price. I mean, resist price. And then if we invert that, right, then we'll be looking for it to resist price, and so on and so forth. And so on and so forth. CPI tomorrow, reduce risk today, 20 points from the top on NQ. I'm done. Congratulations. I thought it would be me. Congratulations, Father Legend. Father Legend say done for the day. See, he said CPI tomorrow. That's what I say. Tomorrow, tomorrow CPI. We don't know. And then look at the NQ. The NQ barely pushing up. The ES, see the ES all the way up, right? The ES pushing up past that. The NQ barely pushing up. The YM still YMing. Put it on 15 minutes. The YM is still YMing, right? Remember what I used to say back in the day? Do anybody remember what I say back in the day when I was like, when we coming in front of big news? I say price would make a move and then do what? I say price would make a big move and then y'all remember that? What I used to say? Price will make a big move and who remember that? Who True Blue gang? Put it in the chat. Y'all remember what I used to say? I said when we coming in front of CPI, FOMC, price would make a big move and then. Anybody remember what I used to say about that? I don't nobody remember. That's it. Not to the side. Not to the side. Slide to the not to the side. I used to say slide to the which direction is that? Which direction is that? Slide to the right. Slide. Price will make a big move then. Slide to the right. Slide to the right. Crisscross. Everybody pat your wallet. Is my money still there? Is my money still there? Hey, man. I think that's all I got, man. I think that's all I got. We didn't really talk about like the overnight price action, but I feel like what we did discuss may have provided value to someone. Slide to the right. Slide to the right. Crisscross. Everybody check your wallet. I think that's it, man. Anybody got anything for me before I call it? Does anyone have anything for me before I call it? The other day, somebody was asking me about Apex. Somebody asked me about Apex, and I guess Daryl is feeling extra nice because yet again, you have 21 days of 80% off and just one day to pass a challenge. Now, take it from me. If you're ready to trade prop firms, you have a strategy. You don't have a lot of your own capital to risk, right? You don't have a lot of your own capital to risk. With right now, I feel like the best deal for all in costs for a prop account is my funded futures right now, all in costs. Because right now you can get a 50K account for $80, and they don't have they've taken away their activation fee. Right? They're taking away the activation fee. I got one right here. Right? I got one right here myself. Right there. I came in to show you that I got one myself. Right? They've taken away their activation fee, and I feel like this is the best deal. I don't have an affiliate link with them, right? I don't have an affiliate link with them because when I did it before, I blew it. I thought I was trading. I didn't know I had it linked to some other accounts. I didn't know I had it in the trade copier, and I end up blowing it, right? And but I bought one. It's $80. And it's, if you pass it, you don't have to pay an activation fee. Okay. The Apex, right? It's, you can get a 25K for like $30, for $29 and some change, but you have to pay an activation fee, right? You got to pay an activation fee. If you do it monthly, it's $85 a month for the activation. If you do it one time, it's $130 for the activation. I do have an affiliate link for them. So if you sign up for one, I would appreciate you using Apex and using my link. But the best deal right now is my funded futures, because like I say, you can pay $80 for a 50K account, and if you pass, you don't have to pay an activation fee, right? And with my funded futures, after 30 winning trading days, or after you withdraw $6,000, whichever come first, they transfer you to a live account. And when they transfer you to a live account, then you have to pay data fees, right? You have to pay data fees. And when you pay data fees as a professional trader, it's like $100 and some a month for the data. Now, me personally, right? Me personally, I don't care about getting on YouTube and say, oh, I trade live for Apex. I trade live for my funded future. I trade live for Top Step. I am a professional trader. Right now, I pay $12 a month for my data with NinjaTrader in my personal brokerage, trading my own money. So I be doggone if I'm going to trade for somebody else and pay $100 and some a month so that I can say I'm a professional trader. So you can offer me all day long to be a professional trader for you. Guess what? I'm just going to opt out and get kicked off and just start back over, because you can deny being a professional trader for them. They're just going to liquidate your account. You know what I'm saying? They're going to liquidate your account, see you buy, and then you can sign back up and start back over if you want, you know what I'm saying? If you want to do that, because they're not going to just keep paying you to trade in the sim realm. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to keep paying you to trade in the sim realm. Right? So 80% off 1 day pass for Apex. Right? I'll appreciate it if you use that link. $80. Oh, this is what I was saying. But I appreciate you if you use the Apex link, because I have an affiliate code. The link is in the description. But right now, my funded futures is the best bang for buck. Now, let's talk about this, right? Let's talk. Y'all know I try to guide y'all, right? So with Apex, right? Y'all already know for my trading style, right? For my trading style, I feel like the 25K is the best option for my trading style. Why? Because it's a one-to-one profit target. You got $1,500 in drawdown, and you got to make $1,500. As you go up, the profit target increases, right? The higher you go up, it's, it gets up to whatever, right? As you see right here, this is a little bit more than one-to-one. That's a little bit more than one-to-one. You know what I'm saying? I think. I don't know. I didn't do the math on everything, so let's see. Yes, 0.6. Let me see. Yeah, 0.8. They're a little bit smaller than that one there. All right. Is it? Let me see. $1.5. $1.2. No, it's bigger. So that's 1.2. That's 2-to-1. That's 2. That's 2-to-1 right there. And that right there. Wait a minute. That's 1.5, and that's 2-to-1. That's weird. So the 100K is 2-to-1, and the 150 is a little bit smaller. And then the 250 is 2.3. Right. So the higher you go up, with the exception of the 150, the higher you go up, the bigger amount you got to get, the harder it is to reach that amount based off your drawdown, right? Right, based off your drawdown. So that's why I like this one right here. It's easy to hit. It's, you know what I'm saying, one-to-one is easy to hit, but they have trailing drawdown, so you can't let trades go up and then run against you. Go up, and so you have to have targets, strategic targets. And so the way that I recommend people doing it is, okay, you put in, just say if you go with Apex, right? You go with Apex and you get a 25K account, right? Let's just say $30, because it's $29 and some change with 80% off. $30, right? That's going to be what you put into it, calculate over here. So what you put into it, calculate over there, right? Other calculator here. All right. So you got to get 1,500 done, right? You got to get 1,500. Are y'all still there? Yes, y'all are. All right. So you got to get 1,500. Okay. You got 30 calendar days to do that, right? In 30 calendar days, right? Let's look at this right here. You don't have the weekends, right? You don't have the weekends. So we're going to say 5, 10, 15, 20, 1, 2, 3, right? If you ain't got no holidays in this month, if you started at the beginning of this month, that would have given you 23 pot month. We got a holiday in here. So we're just going to say 20 days, right? We're just going to round it down to 20 days, 20 possible days of trading, right? So every day is not going to be a winner, right? Every day is not going to be a winner. So if you got 20 possible trading days, every day is not going to be a winner, and you're not going to trade every day. Okay. So now you say, all right, I got 20 possible trading days, and every day is not going to be a winner, and I'm not going to trade every day. So I'm going to say I'm giving myself 10 winning days, right? 10 winning days to pass, right? 10 winning days to pass. Okay. So 10 winning days to pass, 1,500 divided by 10, right? That's $150 that you need to make per day. If you went on a hot streak and won 10 days in a row, that's $150 that you need to make, right, per day. Okay. So what is going to be what are you going to risk to make that 150, right? Are you going to do a 1 to 2, meaning risk $1 to make $2, right? If you do a 1 to 2, you divide 150 by 2, right? You divide 150 by 2. If you do a 1 to 2 risk to reward, so 150 divided by 2, right? That means the max you can risk on a trade is $75, right? The max you can risk on a trade is $75. Okay. If you do a 1 to 3 risk to reward, right? You divide 150 by 3. That means the max you can risk on a trade is $50. Right? The max you can risk on a trade is $50. Now, personally, I would recommend you shooting for at least a 1 to 3, but 1 to 2 is not bad. The reason why I say 1 to 3 is because if you shoot for 1 to 3, that'll give you an opportunity to put a rule in place that says, if I lose twice in a day, I'm stopping, right? Because if you lose twice in a day and stop, right, your next win will put you back green, right? But if you do a 1 to 2 and you lose twice in a day, you got to win twice to get back green. You know what I'm saying? You got to win twice to get back green. You get it? Right? Because for those who math ain't mathing, if you do a 1 to 2, right, 75 times 2 is 150. Right? 75 times 2 is 150. You put in the commission, you slightly negative now. Right? You put in the commission, you're slightly negative now. Then you win once, right? You make 150. You put in the commission, you're still slightly negative because you were slightly negative, right? You made 150, right? But then you take the commission off that. So now you're still slightly negative. But if you do a 1 to 3, right? 50 times 2, that's 100. You add in the commission, right? It's a little bit over 100, right? And then you get a win 50 times 3. Now you got 150. You take out the commission, you're slightly green, right? Because you was just say $104 with the commission or whatever, $108 with the commission because you lost twice. And then now you just made, you know what I'm saying, 146. So now you're pretty much almost $40 in the green. Okay? Get it? Got it? Good. All right. Then you have a rule where if I win once, then I'm done. Now, mind you, the 1, 2, 3, that's good. It's going to take you, you know what I'm saying, a while to do it, right? But you're not. And also, looking at what you're shooting for, you got to decide, okay, with this amount of leverage, right? I may just want to trade the micros and not trade the full thing, because you can come into trading view and you can, we're just going to pick a long thing here, right? And we're going to go in here and we're going to say the max I'm risking is $50, right? The max I'm risking is $50. You put you can put your account size up there. You leave it at 1 because that's your max drawdown. Put in the 1500, right? You put the maximum risking is $50, right? Then you hit OK, and then you look right here and you see when you move this around, right? You see how it says 0.2 right there. If I was looking to take a trade with a 5-point stop right there, if I was looking to take a trade with a 5-point stop, I can trade 2 micros right there, and that's with risking $50, right? I could trade with 2 micros, right? So let's just say if I was saying, okay, I want to get long off of this order block right there, and I'm gonna put my stop at the low of the order block right there, and I'm gonna shoot for that high, I can trade 3 micros for that trade right there. I could trade 3 micros, and that shows you how much you can do. That show you how many contracts you can take. And then it's the same way on the NASDAQ, right? If we come here on the NASDAQ, $50 there, and you say, okay, I want to come here to off of that order block there. This is a super long wick. This is a super long wick down here. So I can't even trade 1 micro off of that setup rate. It needs to be 0.1 at least for me to be able to trade a micro. With that amount of risk right there, I can't even take a trade, right? So right there with the stop right here at the low of this candle here, I can trade 1 micro with that amount of risk right there. I can trade 1 micro. So this is a way you can go in and see, hey, can I really afford to take this trade based off of my predefined risk management, Can I really afford to take this trade? Am I over leveraging? Right? Am I over? This is going to be some earth-shattering, heartbreaking news for you when you do this. But this is going to stop you from over leveraging if you can stick to what it's telling you to do. Right? This is gonna save you. Right? Now, if you feel like, hey, that's really tight, stop trying to rush getting rich. Stop trying to rush it. Because what a lot of people tell you to do, oh, the 25K, that's not a lot of leverage. It's just so small. I can't trade. I did that. So go buy the bigger accounts and you can get a lot of draw. The 250, they got the 250 right now. You get $6,500 worth of drawdown. $6,500 worth of drawdown. Are you a good enough trader to make $15,000 in 1 month? Are you a good enough trader to make $15,000 in 1 month without going balls to the wall, over leveraged? Just are you a good enough trader? Let's do the math and see if we're good enough traders. Let's do the math. All right. What's the math on? So 15,000, right? Need 15,000. That's our target. We got 20 trading days possible, give or take. We're giving ourselves 10 days. We're giving ourselves 10 days. We want 10 days, 10 tries at making it. 15,000 divided by 10. That's $1,500 per day. It's $1,500 per day for 10 consecutive winning days. Right? 10 consecutive winning days. Okay? So, if now 1,500, what's going to be your risk to reward on it? We're going to go with the 1 to 3. We're going, because that's what I prefer. We're going with the 1 to 3. 1,500 divided by 3. It's $500. Risking $500 per trade. Right? You're risking $500 per trade. Okay. So $500 per trade. You got 6,500 in drawdown. Right? 6,500 in drawdown. Okay. Let's come here. Right, 6,500 in drawdown. Okay. 6,500 in drawdown. Risking 500 per trade. All right. All right, so risking 500 per trade there. All right. Come back here to the same thing. All right. We come here. We say we're going there. We're getting along there. All right. So now risking 500 per trade. Right. The same thing here. You say, I'm going down there to the low. In this case, you can trade 3 minis. Right. You can trade 3 minis with a 2.5. That right there is a 2.5 point. I mean, 2 3/4 point stop. Yes, that's a small stop, but we're just doing it based off like what we're looking at the structure. If you want to take a trade off this potential order, not an order block, because we didn't create that. We didn't create a BISI there, so I wouldn't be anticipating it to act as an order block. And as you see right there, we did close up there higher. Remember, we was talking about, does this candle close high enough to create a BISI? It did close up high enough to create a BISI, but then look, the next candle traded back in and it didn't create a BISI. So that's not, you see what I'm saying? It's not giving me super bullish right now. It's you know, it's pissing me off. It's either consolidating or it's trying to reverse, right? So, right, you could risk, you could trade 3 contracts with this right here. And that'll give you, that's a 2.5 to 1 risk to reward there, but you can trade 2 contracts in that going up to there, right? Are you a good enough trader to make $15,000 in a month? Trading is very psychological. Oh, let's do, we got to do the same thing on the NQ. So there with the NQ, right? It's 500, right? So with this huge stop loss, you could trade 7 micros. Remember before, with the smaller one, you couldn't even trade 1 micro with that huge stop loss, but you could trade 7 micros with that huge, with a 33 points. I would never trade with a 33 point stop loss, but I'm just showing you, right? You could how to figure out, when you want to take trades and when you don't want to take trades, right? So, but are you a good enough trader? Are you a good enough trader to make $15,000 in a month without, because they give you 27 contracts to trade? That's mad over leveraged. 27 contracts. 27 contracts. That's asking you to just blow your account. And mind you, when you the higher the accounts go with Apex, the more the activation fee is, right? And we're talking about, we're looking at it in the fact of you don't have like a lot of money, right? So that's what I was going there. Let's talk about the all-in money. So if you pass it, you're looking at $30 plus. If you do the lifetime, you're looking at $160 all in. Now, once you pass it, you have to do the same thing again, right? You start back over. So you want to do the same thing again with the whatever you did to pass it. Do the same thing in the PA account. Don't switch up. Don't start trying to hit home runs. Don't just do the same thing. Do the same thing. Your same risk to reward, your same entry setup, your same whatever you did to pass it, do the exact same thing inside your PA account. Don't change it up. Right now, you're $160 in with Apex, and now you have the opportunity after getting to $1,600, right? After making $1,600, now you have the opportunity to start withdrawing, right? And they do it twice a month at Apex, right? You just got to have 10 consecutive trading days, and yeah, 10 not consecutive, but 10 trading days. Like you have to trade 10 days. It ain't got to be consecutive, right? You could trade Monday, Thursday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. It's just got to be 10 days, right? And then when the payout window open up, you can request payouts, but do the same thing that you did. And on the what's the name, you can request up to 1,500. I recommend, right, get the 1,600, because when you get the 1,600, the trailing drawdown stops. Then you don't have to worry about like your trades coming against you and maybe blowing your account. I recommend get the 1,600 and just leave that there until you get ready to shut the account down, right? Get the 1,600 and then trade up to, just say, trade up to 2,500, right? Trade up to like 2,500 and then do a payout for like $500, right? So now your P&L is 2,000, right? And then whatever, you know what I'm saying, have like a little $500 buffer there above the 1,600, right? And then whatever you want to withdraw, like on your monthly or bi-weekly basis, then you'd be like, okay, I want to withdraw $500 a month. I want to withdraw $1,000 a month. Whatever you want to withdraw, just say, I want to withdraw $1,000 a month, right, out of my account. All you got to do is make $100 across 10 trades, right? All you got to do is make $100 across 10 trades, and then you could take $1,000 out. Right? It don't matter, you know what I'm saying? But you got your risk to reward, right? So you're like, okay, all you got to do is make $100. So if you are already shooting for 150, right? You doing you started out doing 150. You're doing the same thing. So eventually your account is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, because you're doing 150, right? So just you have winning days, losing days, but you're going to be making more than $1,000, right? But you're taking $1,000 out, so it's going to start to grow. So eventually, you're going to be able to take out more than $1,000, and then guess what? As your account is growing, you can change up what you're shooting for. Your risk to reward, you can change it up. Not your risk to reward, but your target. You can you know what I'm saying, increase your profit targets because your account is growing. But take your time with it. And like I said, My Funded Futures is the best option. So if you went to My Funded Futures, it's $80 all in, right? It's 3,000. You got to make 3,000, right? And we gave ourselves 10 trading days divided by 10, right? That's $300 per thing. You got $2,500 worth of drawdown. And so you say what we said, 3 to 1, right? So 300 divided by 3. So $100, right? You're risking $100 per trade, right? $100 per trade. You got $2,500 in drawdown. So you got plenty room, right? Just like over here, you risking $50 per trade, and you got $1,500 in drawdown. So you got plenty. I didn't talk about that part. I'm sorry. 1,500 divided by 50. So that's giving you 30 trades over there. $1,500. That's giving you 30 trades with the Apex 1,500 based off of this logic, right? And then 2,500 divided by 100. That's giving you 25 trades with My Funded Futures based off this logic that we're doing here. 10, dividing the profit target by 10, right? Doing a 1 to 3 risk to reward. That gives you 25 trades with commission. It's going to be a little less, right? But they give you roughly 25 trades, and the other one give you roughly 30 trades, right? Sticking to this logic right here. A bigger profit target for My Funded Futures is 3,000. Are you a good enough? It's double what you got to get with Apex. Are you a good enough trader to make $3,000 in a month? If you are, My Funded Futures is the best deal. It's $80 all in, right? Apex, $1,500. Are you a good enough trader to make $1,500 in a month based off this logic? If you are, Apex, I'll appreciate you using my link. Here's a guideline that, I've given you a guideline of how to manage your risk. And I've shown you how to figure out, can I take this trade using the projection tool? Can I take this trade if I want to enter here? If I want to go short, let's set up the short one. We're going to do this one for My Funded Futures. All right, we're doing this one for My Funded Futures, $100. Right? If I want to go short, I ain't got nothing to go short off of over here. Come over here. I want to get short off this order block right here. I want to get short off this order block, and I'm putting my stop at the high of the order block right there, right? I can take 1 micro on this trade, and I'm shooting for that weekly high down there. That's a 2 to 2.47 RR trade. I can trade 1 micro on the NQ. That's a big stop, 26 points. I would never take that, but and then on the ES, same thing. I want to I just forget. I want to get short of this fair value gap, right? I could take 7 micros. I could take 3 micros. Sorry, I could take 3 micros. If I put it at the high of the candle, I could take 2 micros if I put it at the swing high. Right. So that's how you do that. That's how you do that. And let's see. What's up, 100? When you came in here? When you came in here? I use drop size after passing. Okay. So you go balls to the wall when you're passing, and then you drop size. Hey, I hear a lot of people that say that's what they do. I've even done that myself. Just from my own experience, what you do when you pass them, you go back to when you get in that PA account. Because I have blown a PA account or 2 because I went balls to the wall when I was doing the eval, get into a little bit of trouble in the PA account. And I think back to like, man, remember when you put them 4 contracts on and you made that $800 real fast? Go ahead and put them 4 contracts on, man. Get that, make that $400 back and get another extra 400. Yeah, you right, Tim. Oh man, I just blew my account. What's that? What sound complicated? Talk about dropping size after passing. That sound complicated. If that's what you talk about, I'm glad it sounds complicated. Don't do it. Don't do it. Stick write out some rules. Oh, all the prop firm rules. Yeah, I mean it's not complicated. It's not complicated. It's just the fact that prop firms they're not designed for the gamblers. They're designed to take advantage of the gamblers. I ain't gonna hold you. They're designed to take advantage of the gamblers, right? If you write out consistent, if you write out a system for yourself and you stick with that system no matter what, right? It wouldn't be nobody on Al Gore's internet with all this beef with these prop firms, right? Because people they don't read what they're signing, and they just go off what their favorite YouTuber says, and their favorite YouTuber is following the rules, but they go out there and they don't know that there's a such thing as a consistency rule, right? And then when they try to they go out there and they YOLO one day and get past the threshold, and they don't know that there's a rule that you can't flip, meaning you can't get in, get out, get in, get out, get in, get out, just to say you made a trading day. You can't go to micro, you can't flip the micro, you can't trade minis one day, make $15,000 and then trade micros the next day and only make $50 or only lose $50 to say you've been trading. They don't know that that's a rule. So then when they go try to withdraw the money and the prop firm deny them, they're like, oh, you're a scam. No, you didn't read what you signed. You didn't read what you signed. So me personally, right? If you can afford to put $2,000 in an account, I say just put your $2,000 in an account, use these same rules, and trade that. Because with Apex, with the 25K, you got $1,500 in drawdown. You're just managing $1,500, right? With my funded futures, you got $2,500 in drawdown. You're just managing $2,500. So if you can afford to put $2,000 in an account, put $2,000 in your account and just trade your money. You ain't got to worry about asking them for requesting a withdrawal. You don't have to, none of that, right? None of that. You now you make your own rules with your money. Like, how much are you going to risk, right? But now that you only got $2,000, guess what you can't do? You can't put on 27 contracts. You can't put on with the ES. If you got 2,000, you can put on 4 contracts. But as soon as the trade start going against you, NinjaTrader is going to close your trade, because it's going to say you don't have enough money in your account to have 4 contracts on. It's going to margin call you, because you got to have $500 in your account per you got to have at least $500 in your account per contract while that trade is open. So if you only put $2,000 in there, and if you put on 4 contracts, you can put it on, but as soon as it go against you, it's going to margin call you, because you're going to say, hey, you ain't got enough money, you ain't got enough capital in your account to keep this trade open. So now you can't over leverage. All right. Now you can over leverage by, if you got $2,000 and you just going in there trading the minis for every trade, right? Trading the minis for every trade, you can over leverage and blow up your money, but you ain't got to worry about no rule. But what the prop firms do, it gives it levels the playing field for good traders that don't have a lot of money, right? And you got to look at the prop firms as a job, not just E-Rock. This ain't just for E-Rock. I ain't just talking to E-Rock. I'm just talking in general. You got to look at the prop firms as like a job. It's just like a 9-to-5. You are a hired contractor. You're a 1099 employee for this company, right? They have paydays, right? When you go to work at your job, you got certain days you're going to get paid. You can't go to your job every day and be like, hey, I work for 8 hours a day. Let me get $200. Your boss gonna be like, do what now? Right? Every job that I know of, most jobs, they either do every 2 weeks or twice a month, and then they still have some jobs. Like my son work at the mall, he get paid every week, right? Some jobs still pay every week, right? So when you go to work, you know you're gonna work for 10 days, and then you're going to get paid for those 10 days, like probably the next week, right? So you're going to work for 10 days, and then your pay is going to go in, and then it's going to hit your bank account maybe 3 or 4 days after you work them 10 days. But then people complain on the internet because they say, I requested a payout, and it took them 4 or 5 days to put the money in my account. But when you work for 10 days, your pay goes in. Like usually your pay go in on Fridays, right? When I worked for 10 days and my pay went in on Friday, right? My money didn't hit my account until Wednesday, the next week. So that was Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 5 days. I never complained. Never complained. But people come out here and complain because the prop firms, they tell you you're going to have your money in 3 or 4 days after we process it. We don't start processing, and Apex tell you, this is the window you can request. We don't start processing until the window close, and you got these many days before they pay you out. But people still complain, cry, whoop-de-whoop-de-doo. because they're just listening to their favorite YouTuber and they don't read the stuff for themselves. So prop firms, I used to hate prop firms. I used to be like, man, I ain't working for nobody. Now I feel like they're great if you are disciplined, if you have rules, if you are a consistently profitable trader. What's going to make you consistently profitable? A set system, a simple set system. I was talking with someone yesterday, right? And about 3 minutes into the conversation, I quickly realized they did not have a system for entry. If you don't have a system, you're just going to be all over the place. Right? You got to have a system. Write out your system. Write it down. When price does this, I'm going to do that. When price does this, I'm going to do that. When price does this, I'm going to do that. Right? Know exactly what you're looking for. Right? Before you push the button, you know that I can take this trade or I can't take this trade. Well, Tim, how do I know that? We just went through it. Right? We just went through it. If price does this, take out that high and come down and take out that low and leave a fair value gap, I'm going to enter on that fair value gap right there at this breaker. If price does this, I'm going to do that. Now that I know that once price comes down here, while it's down here, boop, I set my thing there. My stop is going to be there, right? I'm shooting for that low right there. I know that I can take 4 micros on this trade while it's still down here. If nothing changes about the narrative, when price comes back up here, I know that I can take this trade right there with my stop up here, right? And that's not even, I would need to be the thing to be down there to be a 3-to-1, right? For a 3-to-1, I would need to be there. Does structure recommend? Let's draw it so the structure gonna show that, because I want it to make sense. I want it to make sense, because people will be like, "Oh, Tim, you did that ain't what you did. You said it, you ain't do what you said you would did. You did. You did." Now it's drawn out to scale. Now I know that I can take this trade while the price is down here. I know I can take this trade if price comes back to my fair value gap. I got a 3-to-1, like a 1-to-3 risk to reward. And I know that I can take this trade before price even trades back up to there. If price does this, I'm going to do that. Based off my risk tolerance in my system, I know that I can take this trade with 4 micros. Right? I can take this trade with 4 micros, and that's it. Let me hold something. What it crazy. What it crazy. Hey, that's all I got, man. Hopefully somebody found this helpful. Hopefully somebody found this helpful. Like I said, Apex. I like Apex. They got the easiest target, in my opinion, for like, because it starting to weigh on you mentally when you trade and you got these lofty goals to hit. You got to get $3,000, $15,000, $6,000 in 1 month, and you ain't took a trade in 4 days. You go to sweating. You go to be like, oh man, I gotta do something, man. I only made $500. I still gotta make $4,500. It started weighing on you, man. It started weighing on you. That's why I say, if you Apex is the easiest entry, because 1,500 ain't hard to get. You know what I'm saying? Even without over leveraging, it ain't hard to get. It's a low barrier because you got to do it twice. Whatever you do, you got to do it twice. If you got to get 15,000 to pass it, you got to get 15,100 before you can start withdrawing money. Whatever you do to get it, you got to do it twice. This right here. Or you can just go balls to the wall. You can go balls to the wall. Hey, you know what? I did not get a response from this person. I didn't get a response from this person. So you know what? This person, you are out of there. You are out of there. Oh, welcome back. I got to adjust that. This person right here. How do I should have banned. I don't know how they got in here. I should have banned them. I'm just gonna kick them. Bye-bye. Move this out of the way. Cause I don't want to be. Got to go to the DMs. I don't want to be putting people DMs all on the screen. That's what I be telling y'all. What's your YouTube name? What's your YouTube name, man? Like, dude, how y'all be killing me with the YouTube? Is your YouTube name the Sturdy? Is yours the Sturdy? The G is silent. Is your YouTube name the Sturdy? Y'all be killing me with the names, man. Is your YouTube name the Sturdy? The G is silent. See, this is what I be going through, y'all. Remember the other day when I was ranting? I was like, I'm sick of it. Everybody get out. If you got affected by the purge, just sign back up again. Everybody get up. Is your thing? Is yours the Sturdy? Are they in here? Yeah, that's me. Okay. All right. All right. I feel like I'm sick of it. If you got kicked out by the purge, hey, why they ain't got nothing next to their name? Hey, what's going on here? JT, LG. Why they ain't got nothing next to their name right there? They must have got kicked out in the purge. They must have got kicked out in the purge. JT. Is JT in there already? Oh, JT in there more than once. JT in there. JT, what? JT, why you in there more than once? Because you don't have to. I be noticing people do that. Like when they sign in from a computer or from the phone, they be having. You don't have to have different accounts. Because I use the same thing on my phone and my computer. I don't have different accounts. LG. I don't see an LG over here. I don't see an LG over here. Oh man, there go the Lonnie right there. I just kicked the Lonnie out for no reason. I just see Lonnie right there. Man, Lonnie, my bad. I ain't mean Lonnie, come back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Lonnie. Say rejoin. Lonnie, come back. I'm sorry, Lonnie. Come back. Lonnie, why you ain't answer me? I asked you like days ago. I ain't even see that Lonnie right there. Lonnie, I'm so sorry. Lonnie, come back. I kicked Lonnie out for no reason. But I definitely don't see no LG. I ain't trigger happy. I asked days ago, and they never responded. Days ago. I do not see a LG. What's the other one say? Jameek. Let's see if I see Jameek. Let's see if I see a Jameek. I do not see a Jameek. I don't see a Jameek. Find Lonnie. Lonnie. I'm sorry for kicking you out. again. I can't spell. Kicking you out again. Please forgive me. They're not gonna see that anyway. Uh-oh. Oh, we ain't on this. We ain't on the server together. I got to request a friendship. I got to request a friendship because we ain't on the server together no more. I'm sorry, Lonnie. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's okay. All right. I don't see that name over there no more either. Yeah, that name disappeared. I remember that. Yeah, Derek ain't there no more. Yeah, Derek ain't there no more. Yeah, I know I ain't tripping. I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. Download. I'm not going to make the same mistake twice like I did with poor. All right. Not there. You're not there, Derek. Yep. You're not there, Derek. You're no longer there. Bye, Derek. Lonnie, please come back. Forgive me. All right, let me save this right here. All right. Hey, man, y'all still here? What y'all still doing here, man? What y'all still doing here, man? Y'all ain't got nothing else to do. You say you messaged me about the. I can't be remembering all that, man. Can't be remembering all that. How do I get the spot next to my name? Oh, yeah, they answered that already. Yeah, it's like a monthly. It's like a monthly thing. It like that's a YouTube. That's a YouTube is set by YouTube. It's like go by the months that you've been paying the channel membership. Let me see here. You can know exactly when to expect your icon to change. The Black L Davis. See membership. See here. Where is it? Okay. Whoops. So as you see here, right? So when you're a new member, right? When you're a new member, I thought I had to move. Y'all could see it. I'm glad I popped y'all up because I couldn't see y'all. When you're a new member, right? Anything less than a month, you have a blue square next to your name, right? And then once you go past a month, you get a light blue square with a star in it. I made these myself because they got custom, they got regular ones, they got generic badges right here, right, with the circles and the stars, and then I use my own, right? So then after 2 months, right, you get a green square with 2 stars, right? And then after you've been here for 6 months, you get a yellow square with a spider in the middle, right? And then after a year, you get an orange square with a spider with a star up under it, right? After a year. I never in my wildest dreams expected to see any yellow spiders. And then when I saw the orange, the first person that got an orange spider, I was floored. I'm like, somebody been supporting the channel for over a year. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's because initially it was $2.99, $2.99 a month, $4.99 a month, and $7.99 a month. I don't care if it was just the $2.99 a month, but you've been tapping in and supporting the channel for over a year. I was floored. When we first started, True Blue Gang, remember, I was like, I do not expect to see any yellow spiders, right? And I was like, I definitely don't expect to see any orange spiders, right? But y'all have proven me wrong. Y'all proved me wrong. Oh man, they done upped it now. Cause they got an option to have a sitcom before. Remember, before it was only up to 48 months. Cause that's the highest I put. And now it's giving me an option to select for a 60 month, like a 5 year. Right. But yeah, so that's when you can expect to see your badge changing, the Black Al Davis. Right. That's when you can expect to see the badge changing. Okie doke. During those time frames. And you joined, it says 8 days ago. Yeah. So after a month, then it'll change to the square with the star and yada yada yada, as you see. All right, then. Oh, we chilling. You said that. See that? Close your computer. 100. Close your computer. Talk about just smack price to the true day open, done for the day. You said you was done for the day before. Close your computer and walk away, man. Go take Jasper out for a walk. I did cry. Y'all ain't see me when I cried. I did cry. All right, that's it. Price seemed to be trading just like I thought it was going to trade. So, NQ got some motion. NQ got a little motion, but the ES, yeah, it's doing about what I thought it was going to do. NQ has got a little motion, but I ain't going to hold you. Just looking at these 15-minute, I don't see nothing that I probably would have been chomping at the bit to get. Because we just, right here, this 11 o'clock candle, golly, it's 11:20. This 11 o'clock candle gave me a 15-minute break in market structure right there. But we had like a strong rejection off of it, right? And there's no 15-minute fair value gaps up here for me to look at. So it's not interesting to me right now. All right, it's not interesting to me right now. That have a system, have a plan, have a system, have a plan, right? 100 out here making money. You know what I'm saying? He out here making money. But that's not a part of my, whatever he trading, it ain't a part of my system. I just told you. Remember what I told y'all? 4 hour, 15 minute, 1 minute. Those are my time frames I watch. All right. We got this 4 hour SIBI that we traded up into, and then we inverted it. Right. Now that we inverted that, stay on top of it, push up to the highs. Right. But if you look at this, look at this right here. Nothing that's enticing me to get in, right? No Bessie's there. Nothing's just thrusting up. No thrusting, no thrusting, right? And then over here, we get a nice push up there, right? And then over here at the 9:30, we come down, manipulate out the low, right? Manipulate out the low as expected. Bow, manipulate the low. But then guess what? No Bessie. Price is not doing what I wanted to do. I had already said, I'm probably just chilling today. I said that in the beginning. And look at the price. It's not doing what I trade. So I'm glad I said, I'm just chilling today. We did a lot overnight. So I'm probably going to chill because tomorrow is CPI. I don't anticipate price being favorable. And I've been sitting here running my mouth, trying to help somebody because, look here, man. This stuff right here can change your life. But you got to have a system. You got to. Do I screw up? Yes, I do. I told my wife, I said, this was like a few months ago. I said, baby, I done screwed up. I done screwed up. I done set us back so far. I done set us way back. I screwed up. I set us back. And she was like, baby, you got this. A woman, when a man know a woman got his back, even when he mess up, man, I'd have turned it to T'Challa. Wakanda forever. Man, if a man know a woman got his back, even when he mess up, you think a dude unstoppable if you mess with his kids. Let him know that his woman got his back even when he mess up. Even when he mess up, and she be like, baby, you got this. Why she gonna be like that? Cause she know you a stand-up dude. And you come in there admitting, look here, baby, I done messed up. You ain't trying to sugarcoat it. You standing on business. Man. You feel me? You feel me? But yeah, man, it ain't doing nothing what I'm saying, right? And nothing that I want, right? We came here, we got a 15-minute break in market structure right there, and we rejected it, and we don't have any, like, if we get this 15-minute break in market structure there and reject it, but we got SIBIs in here, I'm cool with that because all I'm going to do is when we come back to the Sibby, I'm going to wait to see what the 1 minute do if it give me the short. But since we don't have the Sibby there, I'm not even interested. I don't care. I'm not interested in it. You know what I'm saying? Well, Tim, why are you not interested in it? Because in the grand scheme of this move here, right? In the grand scheme of this move here, right? We're up here in the premium, right? We're up here in the premium. So since we up here in the premium, I'm looking for a reason to sell, right? And if we break down here without any Sibbies there, then we will be in the discount, and I will be willing to look for a reason to buy. Because if we break all the way down here without any Sibbies, because if you notice, right, this little run down here, it brought us right down to equilibrium, right? Came back to fair value to be able to buy up, right? That little move right there, right? So it came back to fair value to be able to buy up. But since we're up in the premium, right, we're still in the premium now. So I don't want to buy in the premium. And there's nothing up here for my trading that entices me to want to sell. We don't have any fair value gaps up here. We don't have any imbalances up here. Right? That's just my style of trading. Have a system. Have a system. You said a mouthful right there, Mikhail. You said a mouthful. Nothing like a supporting partner. If your supporting cast is not behind you 100%, this lonely job of trading is extremely hard. It's extremely hard because it requires risk capital. It requires risk capital, meaning you have to take money from the household to invest in it. So it takes a supportive cast. And I apologize to all of my female viewers, all of my, if there's anybody out there a part of the LGBT plus Q plus, I apologize for saying man and his wife. If your partner is supportive, there's nothing you can't do, because women watch that's got husbands, and men watch that's got husbands, and women watch that got wives. And so I apologize for my lack of sensitivity. I'm trying not to get canceled. Yeah, I'm gonna say, if your partner don't support you, drop them. It's a bad trade. Hey man, I ain't fooling with you 100. Hey, look here, don't get canceled now. Oh man, did y'all see the thing? Did y'all see the thing about, I think it was like up in New York somewhere, and they said a dude in a wheelchair had shot a lady, killed her, and put her in a garbage bag and dumped her outside somewhere. And when the police came to get him, they had him on a gurney because he like was in a wheelchair. They said they had surveillance footage of a person in a motorized wheelchair dragging the body in a bag and dumping it. And when they was bringing him out on the gurney, all her friends and family was outside his apartment building waiting on him. Soon as the police rolled him out there, they rushed. Boop, 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 boop. The police the police couldn't do nothing. They couldn't do nothing. Ran up. I'm talking about it. And I low-key think the police was letting them hit. Call them police. I'm talking about the police ain't pull out no guns. They ain't pull out no sticks. They ain't pull out. They were just like trying to push people back. I'm talking about people was shoving the police out the way. I'm talking about he up there. I ain't do it. I ain't do it. He can't run. He can't run. He can't run. He can't run. He just sitting there strapped to the gurney. I ain't doing it. I'm telling you, man, them police, they was letting them people get it off, man. Because if the police got somebody in custody, if you rush up on the police, like, you're gonna get tased, you're gonna get pepper sprayed, you might even get shot. But they ain't do nothing. They just like they grab one person moving and they just roll them, pew, 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 grab another person moving. Pew, pew, pew. Man, them people were that was the craziest thing I saw in my life. You say she was a twin? Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, man, that was crazy. I'm like, this dude killed this lady and put her in a garbage bag and dumped her out. Oh man, speaking of killed this lady, it's this family on the block that I grew up on. When we was down there in Florida for my brother's funeral, I took my family through like one of my old neighborhoods I grew up in. The main one I grew up in over in Parkway, right? I grew up in Park. That was my grandma. My grandma had a house in Parkway, right? So we going down 4th Court. That's the street I grew up on, right? And I was like, yeah, that's Major them house there. That's your grandma house right across the street, right? That's Town them house. That's the witch lady house next door. That's the house that we stayed in right there. Your Uncle Lumpy ate some rat poison in there. I flipped off that fence and landed on my back. I ain't never tried to do no backflips no more that day. That's where Amp and Bird and them used to live right there. The old man used to be flashing everybody. He used to sit in the I thought it was their daddy, but my mom and my sister said, oh, they ain't that. That was their uncle. He used to be flashing people, showing people his, showing people his nuts and stuff, sitting in the carport, right? And then I was like, that's Pretty Boy house right there. That's Pankingham house. I was showing them everybody, and I was like, that's Ottenham house. That's your Aunt Gwen. That's Aunt Gwen, the mama house. And then I was like, this right here. I was like, my homeboy man used to live in that house right there. He got shot around the corner, and then he drove around. He rode the bicycle around, and then he fell, and he died in Pretty Boy in them yard. He fell in Pretty Boy in them yard because somebody shot him around the corner when he was on the bike. And then he stayed in that house straight in front of us. And I was like, Mike lived in this house right here. The Jack boys pulled up one night when everybody was standing on this corner, and they started shooting, and Mike got shot, and he ran across the street, and he went into Miss Steen house on the corner, and he died in Miss Steen house. And then I was like, but Mike brother, he killed his girlfriend, and he chopped her up and put her in bags and put her up in the attic, right? And then he went to prison for a long time. And then my son was like, Dad, what in the world kind of street you live on? It's just like horrific killings, right? And then I was like, but the crazy part about it is he got out of prison years later, right? And my son was like, they let him out. And I was like, and then he killed his girlfriend again and chopped her up and went back to, and my son was like, what in the world? I was like, oh my, I'm talking about this dude literally chopped his girlfriend up and put her in bags and had her up in the attic. They let him out of prison again years later, and he chopped his new girlfriend up. Psycho is as psycho does. I was like, what? And then we was going, and I was like, and this the Arby's we used to go through. I was like, I said, that used to be an Arby's, but it was a car lot. And I was like, in my little cousin James, that's where he killed them people at in that car lot. My son was like, oh Lord, Dad, like, and then after taking my son through the neighborhood, my wife and my kids through the neighborhood, I started thinking about it. I'm like, son, you know what, you're right. I had a really traumatic childhood. I was like, he was like, Dad, this is just not normal. I was like, you know what, you're right. I had a really traumatic childhood. Like, but that's all I knew. So I didn't know that to be abnormal. I never knew that was abnormal. Until I'm talking about I'm 51 years old, talking to my 17-year-old son. And he like, Dad, that's not right. That's not normal. It never dawned on me how traumatic my child, that was just life. That was just life in Parkway. You know what I'm saying? It is like not and now I realize why I want better for my kids. It never dawned on me how bad my life was. I just knew that I just wanted better for my kids. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's life ain't just bad. Everybody want better for their kids. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't want my kids living through that. I'm always checking to see where my kids are. You know what I'm saying? We stay in Columbus, Georgia. It's a lot of crazy stuff happening in Columbus, Georgia. I'm always checking to see where my kids are. You know what I'm saying? They teenagers be having shootouts at the stadium. You know what I'm saying? They confiscated like 6 Dracos and 8 9mm and the ones that look like the M4s, look like the M4s in the military, but I think they AR. I think they AR-15s. They look like the little M4s in the military because you got the M16s are the big ones, and then the M4s are the small, look like a small M16. But I think the AR-15s look kind of like the little small M4s. But they confiscated this stuff from teenagers. They was having a shootout at the stadium, at the football stadium. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my kids to be around stuff like that. And then I sit there and I think, I'd be like, man, that's the stuff I grew up in. That used to be normal to me. I took my kids and niece to my old neighborhood in Brooklyn, and my niece asked me if my brother had any happy moment. Me and my brother, my son asked me the same thing. My son was like, did y'all have any good times? Yeah, we gangsta out here. We want better. I used to live. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. My son asked the same thing. My son was like, did y'all have any good times? I was like, yeah, we did. And I started telling him about a good time we had. And as I'm telling him the story, I realized we were breaking the law. And so he looked at me. He was like, y'all did what? Jesus give me strength. I'm glad I don't look like what I've been through. But God. Hey, man, I'm getting hungry. It's way past me. I pulled the clock out at 11 o'clock, man. It's 11:38. I appreciate hanging out with y'all. Running my mouth with y'all. It says 10 hours ago. Hey, Chris. It still say this boy ain't got his he ain't got his what's name turned on. He ain't got his what's name turned on. Hey, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all. I'm help the day go by faster. Hanging out with me, running my mouth. I wouldn't have been doing nothing but probably watching Dexter reruns.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
He probably still at practice. They don't get out till like 11:30 or so. Y'all stay safe out here in these trading streets, man. I'll see y'all. What's tomorrow? What's today? Wednesday? Today Wednesday? Yeah. I'll see y'all tomorrow. For the overnight price action. If I if I wake up on time. Yeah, man. It's your boy Aranya Woody.
What's up?
You at practice?
Yeah.
Turn your locations on. I can't see where you at. It's saying you at home.
My location. Hold on.
I don't know. It just keeps showing that you at home.
Wait, hold up. So what?
I just said it keeps showing that you at home. You what y'all just got finished?
Yeah, it said it's on.
It's not updating when I look at it. When I look at it, it's not updating. See, it's updated now. It just updated now. Did you have your phone turned off?
No, it wasn't off. It was just sitting here.
Okay. And maybe you ain't have no signal because it's updated now. I can see that you at the school now. But before it kept saying you was at home 10 hours ago.
The locker room only got no like good signal. It's like 1 bar.
Okay.
So, yeah, it went.
All right. You coming straight home?
Yeah. So I had to last night. No, yesterday he's like, coach. So all the players, y'all was like 2 plays, and I had drilled the plays, and I forgot to cheat. I was just rushing because I was like, it was like 8:40, and I had to put my shoes on, trying to grab my stuff, and then he was like, oh, what do you pay for it? I was like, you got it. He said, yep. We gonna run extra on top of that. I was like,
oh, you forgot to bring the plate, so y'all had to run extra.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. My tie is red.
Yeah, I bet your tie is red. All right, I'll see you in a minute. All right, love you. Drive safe.
You need anything?
I probably don't. No. All right. Oh man, y'all still on here? I thought I ended this. What y'all doing up here? Listening to me and my son. Hey, man. Oh yeah, I didn't finish. Oh yeah, tomorrow Thursday. I'll see y'all tomorrow for the overnight price action if I don't oversleep, man. Till the next time, it's your boy Timothy Lee Rogers Sr., aka Aranya Grande. Y'all be safe out here in these trading streets, man. Gone.